I had you point to in the top right-hand corner of the windshield?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do we have those both highlighted here on the screen?
Yes, sir.
And do you remember me asking you the question about the numbers indicated on the lower left-hand side of the windshields?
Yes, sir.
And do we have those also highlighted here on the screen?
Yes, sir.
So with regards to this car, we're looking at the same car here between these two photos, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Working our way around the car, and I'd like to go ahead and kind of move in a counterclockwise fashion from looking at the hood. Moving now around to the driver's side, can you go ahead and point out for us, when you said that there were car parts in the car, show us where those car parts are, and do you recognize any of those parts?
Yes, sir. So the driver's seat, these are car parts, and then the back passenger seat had more car parts in them.
Okay.
And then obviously the floorboard.
And the floorboard as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. With regards to those car parts, let's go ahead and kind of zoom in, if we would, to the passenger area, to the driver's seat. So zooming in to that same photograph here of State's Exhibit 6. Can you see those car parts a little bit better?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to go directly to one seat and then the other. So if we could start with the driver's seat, looking at State's Exhibit 7, can you point out where some of these parts are that you're talking about?
Sure. Yes, sir. This looks like the bezel, which would go up here where you're looking at your instruments.
Mm-hmm.
These look like some underbody parts, like that might be a suspension component, but again, I'm not 100%, but they're definitely car parts.
Okay. And moving to State's Exhibit 8, if we go into the back seat, right behind the driver's seat, what are we looking at here?
More car parts, sir.
Okay.
This looks like it might be usually an air filter box.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 100%. And then this looks like it might be a fender well, like up in the inner fender.
Okay. And is it fair to say from seeing here, we don't see a driver's side rear tire as well?
No, sir.
Moving now kind of to the trunk area, if you could, I'd like to go back to State's Exhibit 103. You already identified this photo for us as being that particular trunk of the Chrysler Sebring with the car parts in it. I'd like to, if you could, describe for the jury as we look at specifically State's Exhibit 104, what was the condition of these parts that you were looking at?
Just like that, they look like old car parts. I mean, I didn't take the car parts out and see if they fit the car, but I assume that they belonged to the vehicle.
Was there generally, were there any kind of fluids that were coming from any of these parts that you noticed?
Not in the trunk, but there was a liner, so it's hard to say.
Okay.
I feel like the liner would have absorbed it.
What about in other areas of the car?
Yes.
There were?
Yeah, I believe so. Like the passenger seat, I think the right front had like wetness.
Okay.
So I really need you to
Yeah,
keep
yes,
your
ma'am.
voice up. It's a big room and everybody needs to hear you.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Thank you.
I believe the right front area had wetness.
Okay. Thank you for that. I'm going to zoom in. Did you help remove these parts from the vehicle to help do the search?
Yes, sir.
Where did they go?
I think we laid out a piece of big parchment paper, like brown, like the same material like a Hannaford's bag, like when you go to the grocery store and you get paper bags.
Yes.
Just a big roll of that. We laid it out, and they go on that roll.
Okay. Did you help or did you watch as the car parts got emptied from the trunk?
I helped, I believe, yeah.
Okay. And I'd like to show you now State's Exhibit 9 zooming in on this portion of State's Exhibit 104 in the back corner. Can you tell if there's any particular of a color that's in that photo?
Color, sir?
Yeah, any color that doesn't look like a car part. And
Nope.
feel free to use the screen or the photograph if you wish.
Are you referencing like
no.
the looks kind of light blue?
Look like blue to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Once you emptied out the car, were you able to see what that light blue thing was as we look at State's Exhibit 9?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what was it?
T-shirt.
A T-shirt?
Yes, sir.
Right. Just and with that trunk emptied, excuse me, apologize. With that trunk emptied, were you able to look farther into the back of the trunk?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And from there, what were the different items that you saw?
I think it was all clothing, and then the toothbrush. You can see a little bit of it right there,
Right where?
right here, sir.
And that's inside that circle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Were you able to see it? Let's say you can see it here from the photo, I take it, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Zooming in on State's Exhibit 9, can you show us again where it is that you see it?
Yes, sir. Right here.
Right there?
Yes, sir.
Then showing again State's Exhibit 10. This is the toothbrush that you recovered from that trunk?
Yes, sir.
On that toothbrush, I believe you testified earlier on in direct that it was identified that you logged it in as JMT7, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to hand you what's been marked State's Exhibit 66 for identification purposes only. Just go ahead and look at the label and feel the bag. Do you recognize that particular packaging as well as the exhibit?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what is that packaging? How do you recognize that?
It's the brown bag that I placed it into.
And does it have your initials on it, JMT7?
Yes, sir.
At this point, you're from the borough here. This is
The toothbrush from the vehicle.
see both sides.
Yes, he may
They
do
can
that.
See the front, but they can't see the back from the photo.
That's fine.
Mr. Tucker, if you could sit.
So he has him get off the stand so we can really show the jury up close. Nice touch.
If you can, please, we can see the front of the toothbrush on State's Exhibit 9, but I wondered if you would please go ahead and show the toothbrush, both show the front, and then also turn it around and show all the sides slowly so that all of the jurors can see.
Yeah, make sure you get up close and personal so they can really see that child's toothbrush.
So that the jurors can see what the back.
Good trial tactics. Good job, prosecutor.
Thank you, Mr. Tucker. If you could please retake the stand. Thank you.